Prosecutors say Trenton Forster was obsessed with getting guns and ammunition in the days before he shot and killed St. Louis police officer Blake Snyder. Evidence is still being laid out tonight against Forster. News 4's Russell Kinsall is at the courthouse in Clayton with new revelations.
Yeah, Courtney, right now, jurors are still in there in what has become a long second day in this trial. The judge said they could hear testimony until 7 o'clock tonight. A little bit earlier this afternoon, they heard from a clerk at a store in Shrewsbury who said that Forster bought bullets 2 days before Officer Snyder was shot and killed. The prosecution relying a lot on forensic evidence in this case. 2 days before Officer Blake Snyder was shot and killed while answering a disturbance call, a Walmart clerk said Forster came in to buy ammo. The clerk said Forster was suspicious and didn't want to sell him ammo, but a manager insisted. Earlier in the day, a firearms expert with the county crime lab testified that the 9mm handgun found near Forster was matched to the bullet that killed Snyder. A DNA expert also testified that Forster's DNA was found in several places on the gun, including the handle and trigger. She also testified that reddish stains on Forster's shirt and car, presumably blood, contained the DNA of Officer Snyder. In some of the most difficult testimony, the medical examiner answered questions about the autopsy of Blake Snyder as photos were shown in court. He said Snyder was killed by a single bullet that hit his chin, cut an artery in his neck, and ended up in the upper left of his back. Several family members wiped tears away as they listened to the testimony. And a forensic technician who examined Trenton Forster's cell phone said there were photos of him with guns and messages threatening violence. During a month-and-a-half period before the shooting, there were 130 online searches about guns and several text messages claiming after he got one, he'd kill everybody. Now, after the DNA evidence was presented, the defense attorney had no questions, no cross-examination about that evidence. But he did cross-examine the digital forensic examiner who took a look at Forster's phone to show that the messages on there showed that Forster was in a dark place mentally. In fact, he highlighted one text message that Forster had sent that said that he was dying on the inside. Live in Clayton, Russell Kinsall, News 4.